Friendship supreme. Friendship supreme. Finding the geek within.
What's up, everybody? I'm Michael,
This is Cleve.
and welcome to an exciting episode of Friendship.
Supreme.
We're podcast. We're
Woo!
we're back, yes.
Beep, beep.
Rewind.
I'm podcast.
We're the podcast that dares to ask who's on first. That's happening this time. Did you ever find that to be humorous?
Versions of it, yes.
Yeah.
That one, no.
Okay. In theater,
I get it.
class. Yeah, in theater class, I had to like watch that like original like
Mhm.
bit, and I was just like, oh, okay, this is a thing. But anyways, that's not what we're talking about today. Today, we're talking about baseball. Steve posed a question to me months ago because I'm just a procrastinator. I'll be honest with you guys. And he asked me if I could take any comic book characters and put them into a baseball team, who would I pick?
Dr. Manhattan.
Van Hatten.
And he would just be the whole team because he can duplicate
He's
himself.
he's just everything and everywhere all at once. He's like he's also the umpire, and he also bends all reality so that you just struck
Also-
out. Did you? Yes.
Also, he's playing in the first inning and the ninth inning at the same time.
At the exact same time, all innings have happened.
Because time is not real.
Everybody shows up to the game, and he's like, "Thanks for coming, guys." And like, yeah, okay. That'd be the best. That's a racket right there. Okay, I love it. So I set myself up some parameters to keep it a little bit more reined in, I suppose. I stuck with Marvel and kept it at that. I have a team I'm going to present to you and talk about, and Cleve can ask questions, or he can say silly things, or he can tell me how I'm wrong. And you guys can comment down below about how you guys know better and I'm wrong. And I would like that.
What I'm actually going to do is freeze my camera like this.
And then just walk away and go do something else.
Yeah, and then you've got it from here.
And every once in a while, I'll just insert a couple different like sound bits from Cleve. And it'll just be like him saying like, that's crazy, or I don't know, something else he says.
What?
No. Okay, so things that I looked for in every position. I'll go ahead and say that, and then we'll talk about the players. So for a pitcher, want them to be obviously strong arms, flexibility, coordination, kind of like focus. A lot of these are going to be similar. They want to make sure they have adaptability and confidence. Like I don't need someone that's nervous up there. Catchers, we're going to look for some durability, again, arm strength, kind of fortitude is what I would think when I'm looking for that. Game knowledge and leadership are important.
Are catchers big on arm strength? Is that like a very important
It is.
quality?
So specifically for being able to throw to second. So second is the hardest base to throw somebody out at when someone's stealing. So you're going to want that ability to pop up and throw as quick as possible.
Gotcha.
And get that distance and accuracy. First baseman, something that's important, I've always thought was important, I think is universally known as size, ability to kind of reach, so stretching, stuff like that would be important. Concentration, confidence, being patient. Second baseman, we need to be agile, coordination, the ability to think steps ahead, and speed. Shortstop's going to be somebody that's more athletic, like the most athletic potentially. Arm strength also important for anybody. Honestly, everybody is going to need arm strength. I'm not going to say that again. I think I wrote it down for every single. And speed's going to be important. Third baseman, reflexes, power, not being scared because the ball's going to fly at you all the time.
What about arm strength?
arm strength is in there as well. I started realizing like I'd sit there and go, okay, what does this person need? Type it, go to the next one. Okay, what does this person need? And then right now I'm looking at this list and I'm like, fuck. There's just a lot of arm
This is the
strength in
same.
this and
This is the same.
speed. Yeah. Shortstop, I said. Third base said. Left field. We're just gonna say this. All outfielders need to have insane arm strength. Like we're not even like we're outside of infield. Like haha, everybody should have
Mhm.
arm strength. I'm talking cannons. Every single one of them needs to have cannons, accuracy, composure, and a shit ton of agility. Because especially if they're playing against another superhero style team,
I would
they're
imagine, right? You can't.
they're gonna
You're not
need
gonna
that.
take the superheroes and put them against the fucking
Right.
top college team.
I did give myself a couple of people within a bullpen for pitchers, so like some relievers and closers.
I don't
and
believe
then,
in those.
And then also, it is true, Cleve and I have played MLB The Show against each other before on stream, twitch.tv/Friendship Supreme. We've played against each other on stream before, and Cleve's like, this pitcher's going to ride it out. And I'm
Yeah.
like, well, you gotta switch him out. He goes, no.
Let it fall off.
Why are we paying him if he can't go from start to end? Anyways, and
Yeah,
and
I tell you what. That's fine, but you're sharing your salary with the guy that you're going to put in for you.
I also get, which is so insane because if you think about it, there are some closers out there that are making nuts money and they're pitching 1 inning a night. And then designated hitter. I have
You guys are sharing a house, actually.
because now in baseball you are required to have a designated hitter rather than how they used to have it split up.
Okay, are all positions just different versions of Hulk?
No, that would
Okay.
actually be terrible. That would be terrible. I also tried to have fun with it. Like I
Okay.
tried to be a little not silly, but I tried to have a little bit more fun. I was telling Cleve before we started recording that I didn't want to like cheat because like everybody obviously if I could just have a shit ton of people that are like overpowered Phoenix style characters like
Mhm.
that would be insane.
Pitcher, Hulk. First base, She-Hulk. Second base,
Joe fix
Star.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I tried to have a little bit more fun with it than that. I tried to be not too basic. And then I also, I think for the most part, just to spoil a little bit of a surprise, I also have a villain team.
Ooh.
So someone like the Green Goblin, he has the Goblin Glider. In my world, he doesn't have the Goblin Glider
That makes sense.
because that felt cheap. But at the same time, I didn't include her, but I almost considered Ironheart. I would have let her have her
I was
because
just
she's
about to
not
ask if
gonna.
Iron Man
Yeah.
had the suit.
So that's really not fair of me to have taken away the glider from Goblin. Now that I think about it, because I was gonna justify it by like, oh well, you know, Riri doesn't have superpowers, but neither does Goblin. Anyway, I don't know. I made my own rules. That is what it is. So we're gonna start at pitcher. Our main, like our star pitcher, is gonna be Iceman. So his ability to create ice in any form, I think, would really benefit him because he can kind of surround the ball in ice. And I don't know how the umpires are going to really feel about this whole game because any kind of substance on a ball is now a no-no.
Professor X just wiped his mind. It's fine.
But the idea of having a frictionless ball as it comes through would mean that
Mhm.
you're able to hide kind of the trajectory of the ball. He has a strong ability to stay calm under pressure, which is important when you
Mhm.
have a starting pitcher. He'll be
Or
able
stay cool.
Ooh. He also will have the ability to potentially manipulate the trajectory also in like ridiculous ways because if he adds a little bit of ice to a certain area, it may drop the ball significantly further or create a spin to it. I think so. Like he'd be our starter.
And I think, hear me out.
Mhm.
If he throws it and they fucking just crack it,
Yeah.
just put a little ice on the floor. You know.
Yeah. then they can't run.
Yeah.
I didn't take that into consideration at all, by the way. We still play within the realm of like the rules.
Don't impede the
You
runner.
shouldn't be able to beat up somebody. Because, like, again, we just go back to everybody is Hulk. They're all
Yeah.
Hulk. All of them.
Yeah. Not the whole, maybe just a little patch.
Every time someone comes up, you just whale them. Oh, you're trying to get the first? Not today, smam.
Just hitting all the batters. Nope, nobody wants the bat? All right. I guess we win.
So for my relievers, I'm just going to do quick, and I'll give a quick explanation. Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Spider-Man, and Hawkeye. Making sure I didn't put any of them anywhere else. I don't think So Iron Fist having the ability to center his chi into his hand, I think would be insane. Luke Cage just being a fucking yoked ass human being would be great. Spider-Man's again has a little bit of the web, adding the web to it could possibly help. But also his just kind of
Interesting.
his creativity, his flexibility, his way to be able to perform under significant pressure would be great. And then Hawkeye, because he's useless as a human being anywhere else. So like, I would hope that he can actually do.
Okay, that's interesting because you picked people that I thought were shoo-ins for
Elsewhere?
other
Yeah.
positions.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna type out where I thought you were gonna place these people,
Okay.
and we can come back to it.
Okay. I've got 3 others for closers if you'd like me to read those first, or if you want me to reread
Yeah,
the
go
ones
ahead.
I just gave. So for closers, we have Thor, Ghost Rider, and Wolverine. Thor being a god and being insanely confident in himself. He's gonna have 2 pitches. He's gonna throw a fastball and then a fuck you, where'd that ball go fastball. And I'd like to think that maybe at some point he can imbue some of the powers of Mjolnir into the ball, and that'd be even crazier. Because then our catcher's not even gonna have to throw the ball back; it'll just come straight back to him. Or if the ball gets hit, could you imagine that? That'd be wild. So the ball gets hit; it's just going out over the fence, and he's like,
back.
"No, it doesn't."
I was gonna say, is Mjolnir the catcher? And then
Ghost Rider being the intimidating human being he is, I think gives this like crazy like fear factor on this like because there's a lot of mind games going on. So if a flaming skull's looking at you, he has been known to have super strength, which does work out for us. And potentially put some heat on that ball.
And judging your, as a person.
Just being able to assess the situation and judge you as a human being and your sins. And then Wolverine has an insane heal factor, and I like to think that allows him to be what Cleve needs every pitcher to be, which means he can perform he can go into extra innings. So like sometimes we're worried about putting a closer in because if we put the closer in, he might not be able to perform next game as well, and he might get hurt. We never have to worry about that with Logan.
Oh my god, did Logan pick the wrong profession? He should have been
he should have been a pitcher.
A pitcher at all times.
100%.
You need a reliever? No, not really. I'm actually good to play the next game, like tomorrow.
The only downside I am slightly concerned about Wolverine is his temper, but maybe we'll consider it just passion, and hopefully he'll I don't know, get some therapy. Did you want those names of those people again, or are you?
No, I caught the ones that I thought were going to be in the places. I caught those.
Okay, cool. So our catcher is our next position. I have Colossus as our catcher. So I am sacrificing, and I'm sacrificing something here because you do want a catcher that is agile. We do lose that mobility in him. However, he is a brick house. No ball's getting past him, and he's able to handle any ball that any one of the people that I said could throws. So I don't have to worry about someone agile getting, a hole ripped through him when Thor throws the ball. because Colossus is not going to have that issue.
He does also have a move called the fastball special.
He does
That makes
not
sense.
call the fastball special.
He does throw a whole man.
That's fair.
So I guess
yeah.
the baseball is not going to be a problem. Getting to second is not a problem.
Right. I thought he has an arm cannon. He's going to be able to get to the second. He's incredibly intelligent, which really helps out because your catcher's going to, he's kind of like your captain of the field. He's the one that's calling all the plays. He's letting people know what's going on. And in addition, although they've adjusted the rules on how stealing home works, I'm going to say they didn't in this universe, and nobody's plowing through him. I don't care who it is. They're not getting
that
through.
wall.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know that you planned this, but you would typically would like your pitcher and your catcher to have a good relationship.
True. And on occasions, he's worked with all the X-Men, and he has a real good relationship with Wolverine. So our closer, great. Yeah. Who's mad at Piotr?
Like I said, I don't know if you did that on purpose, but that's even in movies, you just always them like
right.
They're the two guys.
They do work well together. I think he's calm and cool and collect, whereas Wolverine is not, and so that definitely helps us with our closure situation. So going to first base was a little tough because originally, because I really wanted to have Colossus at first base. But I needed a different first baseman because I thought Colossus. Originally, I was going to put Colossus at first base, but I really wanted him at catcher, so I had to find someone similar with stature. Because really, when you're thinking about your first baseman, the two things you want to take into consideration is he has a big target to throw to, and that he's going to catch what's thrown to him. No matter how hard it's thrown, he's going to be able to catch it. Now, I think that I could have gone one of two ways. I could have gone with someone like Mr. Fantastic, where there's that flexibility. He can stretch around. So, like, if the ball wasn't thrown correctly to him, then he could catch the ball still. However, I like to think that I built such an amazing team that does not matter. What I want there is just someone that's going to be able to catch shit. So I went with Ben Grimm because I feel like the Thing. I feel like he will be a sturdier option and also gives a little bit of intimidation, which not necessarily needed, but who doesn't want a scary looking first baseman?
Okay.
In addition, again, he's massive size. He's got lots of strength. He's confident, determined, and competitive. He also is, again, forced to be a leader in a lot of situations when working with the Fantastic Four. So I think that our second base player, I also did a little bit and tried to work on making a couple of adjustments because I originally who would I put in all these places? And then I did a second looking of my list and added some female representation. That's important.
Yeah, I was wondering if you were going to gender lock this because I was going to talk bad about you.
So at second base, I have Black Cat. Black Cat's agility will allow her to be able to maneuver and get into place for all the balls and plays. And she'll be able to catch the balls as well as make sure that she's available run to as second. You get lots of double plays on here.
Is that the character from Fortnite?
Yeah, that's the character from Fortnite. Well, we don't even know yet. That hasn't been confirmed yet. Or maybe it has. Shit. Who knows? Cut that part out, I guess. Her alertness and composure will allow her to anticipate the ball and remain calm under pressure. She's also super familiar with Spider-Man, who could potentially be a character found and
good character.
Anyways, okay. So at shortstop, this is probably my favorite pick of everyone. I tend to like shortstop players. I played third base and pitcher my whole life, but I loved shortstop professional players my whole life. Is Nightcrawler. So the ability to just teleport is fucking insane and will significantly be able to help us here. But his agility, his flexibility, his his ability to maneuver in the manner that he does with both his tail and his hands, and even his feet. There's nothing this man can't catch. I think that he will be a huge asset to their team in the shortstop.
Okay.
Our third stop position usually is going to be someone that is a backstop
base?
as well. Third base, yeah. Sorry, what did I say?
Third stop.
Oh yeah, third base position, which is also going to be someone that's going to be a backstop of a human being. Needs to make sure that nothing gets by them. They're fearless. They have the ability to think quickly on their feet because at any given second the situation may change on base running. I have Kamala Khan, who's a little young, so that may go against her a little bit. But in the comic book, has the ability to enlarge or manipulate the features of her body, which will significantly help us in the fact that she can create the largest hand ever and catch any ball that she needs to catch.
I was gonna say she didn't even need a mitt.
Nope, just catches the ball.
Just regular hand.
And has the ability to stretch, move, and I like to think that because she's a little bit younger, she'll be a little more creative with her plays and hopefully bring some fun out to the third base. There's always
So that's the whole infield, huh?
That's the infield, yeah.
Okay.
So our outfield, we're gonna have pretty similar people in the outfield for the most part because we need the same things out of them. This is the one character that I did choose that has the ability to fly. That being said, I think it's the only character I chose to fly. Other than Thor, in the outfield, the only person that can fly. However, I don't even think she needs to use the ability to fly. That is Rogue. She is superhuman strength as well as she is just physically fit and able to move around at quite fast speeds because of her strength. The arm, again, a huge part of the emphasis I had on most of the people in the outfield is going to be the fact that they have the ability to throw very hard or move very fast. And so that was who I have out there. In center field, this is an interesting pick, and I don't know how I feel about it, and if I like it as much as I think I do, but I wanted to put this person on the team. Cloak. So Cloak's ability to teleport is going to be huge in center field. It allows him to be all over the place without having to really think about it. Like he's just able to be where he needs to be. He has fast. He kind of is the one that will need to be able to think things through and figure out what's going to happen in the outfield. There's a little bit of rookieism in him because the only iteration of him I know is young, so I don't know the older version of him. So I'm going with hopefully he continues to be kind of a general outfield. Our right fielder is going to be Quicksilver. I think that's kind of obvious as to why. He could have been a pitcher, but I think that him being in the outfield is significantly...
He'd only have one kind of pitch, so it's fine.
I think he has way more utility in the outfield, being able to cover all corners of the outfield if he needs. Last but not least is our designated hitter. This is where we in fact do use Incredible Hulk. Because if you need someone to be able to smack the shit out of a ball, I feel like there's nobody better than Bruce himself. Also, I think that it could work out to your benefit that he's just in your dugout in general, because he will be able to, be the brainiac of the group. And then I also put managers.
So you're saying he's Bruce Banner in the dugout, and then Hulk's for the swing.
Yeah, 100%. You could also potentially use him as a pinch runner, but I guess with someone like Quicksilver on your team, or potentially like on your team,
Mhm.
why would you need a pinch runner that's
Yeah,
not a
Quicksilver
superhero?
was obviously running the bases.
Right. And then last I have a team manager. I thought that interestingly, I considered using someone like Professor Xavier because he would be able to telepathically communicate with everybody.
Mhm.
However, I ended up on Hank Pym because I think him and Bruce Banner working together can be quite a force to be reckoned with as far as thought and process. And I also just, didn't want to use a Professor Xavier because he's kind of a piece of shit sometimes. But
He's
anyway,
got to shit sometimes.
he's kind of a piece of shit sometimes. What were the people that, or who'd you think I was going to put elsewhere?
So I thought Luke Cage would have been the catcher, but
Mhm.
that makes sense when you pick Colossus. It's basically more or less the same guy.
Yeah.
I thought Spider-Man was going to be a shortstop.
I almost put him at second base.
I thought Beast was going to be a shortstop
Mm,
or first base.
yeah.
Just as agile,
Yeah.
And then I just because I'm a cheater, I guess I thought Storm was going to be in the outfield because there'd be no home runs.
I feel that's fair. And anytime that at any time that it was like, hey, this game's not going our direction, she'd be like, the power of thunder and lightning. It's like, oh shit. Sorry, ref. We gotta rain. We gotta cancel the game. Sorry.
Or she would just go like this and then just kind of like right in the glove. Fantastic. Storm never fucking moves. She just gets the ball to come to her. It's cheating.
I did try to be kind of like only use a couple of X-Men, only use a couple of I tried to move, like I said, I tried to be a little bit cheeky with all of it and kind of give a quick, like a big
Who's the Bat Boy or Bat Person?
Shit, who's the Bat Boy?
I'm gonna throw a curveball at you.
Bat Person. As much as I really enjoy her, and I can't think of her name right now. The female Hawkeye. What's her name?
Kate Bishop.
Kate Bishop. Kate Bishop's gonna be she's gonna have all the different like the weird quivers, and they're just gonna be in there and speak. Oh, you need here's the fucking supersonic bat. I got you.
She takes them all and then like puts them back in. Yeah.
100%. I think it'd be so cool, and they'd all have like the weird gadgets and shit on them because that's what Hawkeye's good at.
And then you said basically the coach would be Beast.
What's it?
You said team manager for.
Yeah. Team manager was. And I just. Ant-Man.
Hank Pym.
Pym.
I don't know. I thought you said.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, you heard.
Hank.
Yeah, Hank.
Beast. Yeah. Squirrel Girl can't make the team, man.
No, Squirrel Girl's out there making the announcer. Maybe Tippy Toe's the mascot. I don't know. Yeah. So for fun, I also just threw together a similar style villain team.
Okay.
I'll try to be quicker about that one. For our pitcher, I think this is actually the best casting I've ever done for a pitcher ever.
Okay.
It's Taskmaster.
Right.
He literally is able to be like, oh, I saw this pitch once. And he's like, all right, we can do this now.
Yeah, that's...
I don't know. Like, I don't think there's anybody else that could possibly fucking beat him as a pitcher.
Yeah. I
just thought it was great.
It'd be tough to deal with, yeah.
Yeah. For relievers, I have people like Enchantress, Absorbing Man. I thought that those people, Claw is known for having, some shit in his hand. But they're just kind of sillier, I think. The problem is like there's not as much of a roster of villains that aren't insanely either overpowered or like occult using.
What would be the point of Absorption Man being a pitcher or reliever?
Okay, so Absorbing Man I thought was interesting because anybody that he sees, he can mimic that material, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like the fact that we're gonna have some other people on this team in a second that have that are maybe made of different things could potentially help with him being a pitcher. He can kind of change the properties of the ball. So maybe when
Mhm.
he throws the ball, it's no longer freaking leather and hide. It's metal, or and then we have someone like Magneto maybe on our team too. And they're cheating, right? It's like Dick Dastardly. Fine.
I would love a pitcher that can like throw it and then freeze it and then it go again.
And then stop it and then keep going. Yeah, that's where we come into like Enchantress, where she's able to like just
Yeah.
fucking stop the ball. Um okay. For a catcher, I have Sabretooth. Eh, big solid fucking human being, but he's much more agile than Colossus is. Um
Agility. That's why Blob didn't get the job.
he does run into the same anger issue that we have with Logan.
Mhm.
Hopefully he doesn't get over tempered, but that may also help him as far as pushing into plays and being more aggressive up front of the plate.
Mhm.
For second base, I did have to ask Cleve for clarification on Bullseye's ability, because if he had the ability to where when he made a target he did not miss that target, I would have put him in as a pitcher. But because it's just the fact that he's just really accurate, he's going to be our second baseman.
Mhm.
Our third baseman, our shortstop is Mystique, simply for the same reason that Taskmaster is also a great pitcher. Mystique
Mhm.
can literally become whoever she needs to be. Also, how cute is it that she gets to be the same position that her son is? Um, it's dumb, but that was something that I was like, this is cute. Third baseman is going to be Dr. Octopus, because the man's got so many fucking arms.
Mhm.
I mean, you're not hitting it past him. Left fielder is going to be our outfield's kind of symbiote heavy. Our left fielder is Venom. Our right fielder is going to be Carnage, because there's not a lot of things that symbiote's not going to let them do. We do have.
You can't trust Carnage out there to do what he's supposed to do.
That's why he's in right field. We put the losers in right field. Our center fielder is going to be Loki. He does have the ability to shapeshift as well as use illusionary magic, which I think could benefit him, potentially psyching out people on base, making them think he dropped the ball when he didn't actually drop the ball and he throws it in. Stuff like that can be a lot of trickery play. I like it. I think it. Our designated hitter is going to be Thanos. Just big ass fucking motherfucker, and potentially his really cool glove, right? And also his desire to just destroy things. And so he'll get
You think it helps? It helps with the grip, the gauntlet.
Oh my god, yeah. And then for the team manager, I thought Dr. Doom, master tactician, brilliant mind, also he has the ability to use a little bit of magic, so potentially some fuckery out there exists for that.
Who's the Batboy villain?
Batboy of villains. God, it was gonna be Condiment Man, but that's not Marvel. That's DC.
Shame Doorman's not a villain.
Shit. Doorman, he's the best.
Can Goblin do that? Did you cut him from the team?
That's fair. You know what? Conciliary prize to Green Goblin. He can go ahead and be the Batboy. Yeah, that works out for me. He's really the utilities manager in general.
It's funny because I understand. Well, he's got strength. I think is an ability of his because of the Goblin serum.
Oh, that's fair. Not the
but
William
also
Dafoe one though.
Motherfucker just slinging pumpkins. I'm pretty sure he's got an arm.
He's just slinging pumpkins. That's fair. Maybe put him in the rotation. I didn't have
both arms.
I didn't have as many pitchers in my bullpen. So you know what? Throw him in the bullpen. That's fine. I'm good with it. And then for our Batboy, it's MODOK. Because there's nothing MODOK could possibly be useful at except for that. And we'd have to change the acronym from MODOK to MODOB. MODOB, yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
But that is my teams and what I had put together. Cleve, what do you think?
I would bet on them.
think
I would put money on them winning.
I'm not mad at I'm not mad at most of my selections. Hopefully you guys can tell me where I'm wrong and why I'm wrong, because I'd love to hear about it. I am not the most knowledgeable baseball fan or Marvel fan, but I like to think that I know enough about both that I put together a decent. And again, did not want to make it too overpowered and too crazy, even though I've got the Hulk on a team. So,
And not Black Panther.
He was almost on the team, but so he was in left field, and again, I wanted to have some more female representation, so I removed him and put in Rogue.
No Guardians of the Galaxy.
And there was no
No.
Galaxy. Groot could have been a good one. I don't know that I would have
He
put
is
any
the
of
bat.
I don't know that I would have put anybody else.
Groot-
Yeah, he
Groot's
just
just the
breaks off
bat.
his finger. He's like, "Here you go. I am Groot. We are Groot."
He's the bat boy. There you go. I got you one.
That's rough. Let us know what you guys thought in the comments down below. Who's winning between those two teams, the villains or the heroes? Steve will tell me in a second. But thanks for checking us out. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you guys want more content, it's Friendship Supreme everywhere you go. We're everywhere. We've got content constantly coming out. Cleve's putting it out every week. We're multiple.
I'm putting out, guys.
He's putting out left and right.
I'm putting out.
And we've got streams going every week as well on twitch.tv/Friendship Supreme. Steve, who would win between the two?
Good guys.
Good
For
guys
sure.
always win, right? I've been Michael.
This is Cleve. And batter up.